Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Welcome to Stock Tip Daily Update. I'm Marcel Tudia, and this is what happened today, Monday. So as you can see, the markets continue to go down, to head down again, and with a lot of momentum. We've seen a loss of 3%, over 3% in the S&P 500. For a time, they are over 4% in the NASDAQ, and in the IWM minus 4.2%. So the market is now in the sixth down week, and we are nearing our next target. So the first target was, as we started turning down again, the first target was 4,100, which we've reached. And then I said that we should see a bounce here in the direction of 4,300. We've also seen this bounce come, and then just take a look at the daily. So we've also seen this bounce come, and then I said, okay, if the market is not going to continue going up, then the next target would be 3,900, 3,923 is this on my chart, and the final target would be for me in the weekly chart 3,700, 3,600, so something like this. Now the question is, are we going to head directly for 3,700, or are we going to bounce here out of this support line 3,900? Seeing how we're already 6 weeks down, I would dare presume that the bounce is imminent and that we are going to bounce to 4,400 or something like this before heading down again. So this is just a presumption. I think it's very probable, and it is something I would expect. Now, when will the markets definitely turn? I presume the markets will turn and head north again as soon as we reach 3,600 or 3,700. Why do I say that? Well, if you take a look at the last down moves, here we've touched the 200 line, here we've touched the 200 line, and here also we've touched the 200 line, and then the bounce came. So here we touched it, and then the bounce came, touch and bounce, touch, bit more, and then bounce. But this move is not so aggressive like this move here, and that's why I presume as soon as we reach the 200 mark we will bounce again, and that's the time to go all in my opinion. Now the NASDAQ also looks pretty much the same, with a small interest that we are already nearing the 200 mark in the NASDAQ, and the 200 mark has also worked as a bounce in the technology sector for the last couple of years. So I would expect nothing less than a bounce here as well. So begs the question: are we going to stop as soon as we reach the 200 in the NASDAQ, or as soon as we reach the 200 in the S&P 500? We shall have to wait and see. But it definitely is interesting, and it definitely is a point where you are readying your options or your positions for the big call there. The IWM on the other side didn't present this support, did never present this support. Here we've breached it, here we've breached it, here we've breached it, here again, so here again. So I don't expect this to be any kind of support. But support level would be 168, so this would be a plausible support level. And we are also nearing this position there as well. So two sectors where we are nearing this position, the next target, and also in the S&P 500 we are nearing our next target. So I'm very curious what's going to happen next. We are a couple of days from the target, so very, very curious how this is going to develop. Okay. Let's go a bit further. Let's talk about the DAX. The DAX is also nearing its target. Is this going to be its last target? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. DAX is clearly on a downtrend here, so you can see this was an uptrend, and now the moving averages are all heading south, and we are clearly on a downtrend here, but we've also fallen pretty aggressively, and I think we might stop and rebound at 24.5. Now another indicative for an imminent rebound or bounce would be this graphic here in the euro to US dollar chart. You see here we are also nearing our final position, our final target, namely 1.03 in the euro to US dollar, and this was the deepest point here, the 1.03, and we are 1 or 2 days from it, and I think there are many charts here, many technical factors that are speaking for an imminent bounce here. So ready yourselves. This is something interesting, and it's going to come as soon as perhaps this or next week. Oil has also had a worst day here with minus 7% after this breakout, but what's to be expected? And this is the condition in all of the markets, and when we have a sell-off, we have a sell-off in all of the sectors. There are no safe havens anymore. You can also see it in gold, also heading south, and silver also heading south. So there are no safe havens for the time being. But like I said, the market is pretty much at a point where it's bound to turn back again. So I'm hoping to see it this or next week. One more thing. So my portfolio is still on zero, but one more thing would be on holding. This is a setup I've given you last week, even though haven't written it in the setup of the week on our website stocks-tip.com. You can see it since its breakdown here. Let's see, since its breakdown here, where is it here? It's fallen now 15%. So this was a nice setup with a nice downside, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, then let's see what's going to happen further today. Until then, I wish you all good trading, and let's see how it goes. Also, I've put together some new setups here. I am gladly sharing them in the last part of our video in the top sectors. Be sure to take a look at them. I will also be posting a setup of the week. If it's going to explode like on I don't know, but let's just take a look now with the third part of our video, the top setups.